It's the Line Makers on Sporting News, presented by Jack Daniels.
Everybody, we are glad you stopped by the Line Makers on Sporting News. I am certainly glad Mr. Kenny White showed up. I'm Brian Blessing, previewing the Jets at Miami. The Jets are 3-point favorites. The total on the game is 40, and this is a very telling game, Kenny, and I think it will illustrate what the odds makers do and not overreact. We had overreactions week 1 to week 2. This week, this is the biggest overreaction. Jets lose at Pittsburgh. Miami beats Oakland. This game should not be 3.
You're right, Brian, and I am glad you're here at the South Point as well. Then I don't have to do this video alone. This week, you're right, the Jets, they did exactly what they were supposed to do last week, lose to Pittsburgh. Well, the Miami Dolphins, they came up with a big win over the Raiders, 35 points in that football game. I had to raise the Dolphins rating up. Raised it from an 89.5 to a 91. The Jets are at 95. I still have a 4-point difference between the two teams. There's absolutely zero home field edge here. The Jets should be 4.
Let's talk about Rex Ryan. You have some pretty telling numbers on him.
Well, Rex Ryan on the road, 15-4 to the over the last 2 years. He's an over coach. I'm surprised. I thought he was an under guy. The Jets themselves, 11-3 ATS the last 14 trips to Miami.
You alluded to the lack of home field advantage in Miami for this Dolphins team. It's stupefying. Here's the opener. You got a new kid at quarterback. Nobody shows up. This is basically a glorified, at worst, neutral field game for the Jets. Maybe more Jets fans are going to be there.
Make no bones about it. I agree with you. There will be more Jet fans. Now, they did win last week. That may bring a couple more Miamians to the game. But I don't know. There was a lot of orange seats last week.
Talk about the numbers for the Dolphins against the spread. They're horrific at home.
Well, that proves it out right there. 22, 49, and 3. The Dolphins are the last 7 years at home. I expect this line, Brian, to go up to 3.5 or 4 on game day.
What about the total?
The total, I don't know. I think it should go down. But when you look at what Ryan has done on the road, 15-4 over, maybe it goes up a little bit.
And one thing I think from a game plan perspective, we're not reinventing the wheel here. Reggie Bush was a monster last week. Revis comes back for the Jets. That's a big return to that defensive core. They're put 8 in the box. They're going to make the kid beat him.
Yeah, you know, Tannehill would have really struggled without Bush and his production because Tannehill's still averaging under 7 yards per pass. It's a lot of short dink and dunk stuff. Reggie Bush has been off to a great start this season.
All right, the line is the Jets -3. The total on the game is 40. I think we're in agreement here. This is a number. At some point, we'll go through the key number of 3. So if you like the Jets, it behooves you to bet them early.